My name is Bill. I'm a domestic violence advocate for the Hillsboro, Oregon Police Department, and I'm very excited to read this very short story for you that I wrote for my grandson, Ryan. One day, Grandma said to Grandpa, "Grandpa, we have to go out and pick the beans and the carrots and the peppers and the onions and the potatoes from the garden. Then we have to clean up the garden before fall comes and it gets too cold." Grandma and Grandpa always have a garden to grow vegetables that taste so good. Every year they plant vegetables in their garden, and every year Grandpa says, "Grandma, what kind of tables are the best?" And every year Grandma says, "Why, Grandpa, veggie tables are the best." And then they laugh and laugh. Here's a picture of Grandma holding some carrots. After they picked all the beans and all the carrots and all the peppers and all the onions and all the potatoes, they cleaned out the garden to get ready for fall. They pulled all the plants and the vines and the clippings and everything, and then they tried to put it all in their garden container. And the container got very full, and Grandma did not know if they could move it or put more stuff in it. And here's a picture of the container, very full. Grandma said, "Grandpa, the container for all the garden plants and vines and clippings is so full. What will we do?" And Grandpa said, "I know. Let's use Ryan's truck to help us move all the plants and the vines and stuff." And Grandma said, "That's a great idea, Grandpa." So they loaded the rest of the plants and the vines and the clippings into the truck and drove it down to where it could be emptied. And here's a picture of Ryan's truck with all the plants and the vines. And while the truck was driving down the backyard, Grandma saw a cow, and it was eating grass. Here's a picture of the cow eating grass. And Grandma said, "Holy cow, there's a cow in my backyard." And she called out to Grandpa and said, "Grandpa, there's a cow in our backyard." And Grandpa thought, well, that's odd, because he'd ordered a sheep. And Grandma saw the truck was heading right for the cow. So she yelled, "Run, cow, run. The truck is heading right for you." And the cow looked up and it saw the truck and it started to run. And here's a picture of the cow running through the backyard. Which is very good because the truck missed the cow and the cow did not get hurt and it went back to eating grass so that Grandpa did not have to mow the lawn. And that night, Grandma and Grandpa had a very good meal with some fresh carrots and beans and peppers and onions and even some fresh potatoes. And they said thanks that they could use Ryan's truck to help them clean up the garden. And here's a picture of the garden all cleaned up. The end.